Oh man, just a disclaimer. That top track is my lavalier track, and I guess it died really close to the beginning. So I'm going to use my camera phone audio and just kind of split that up and kind of put it in there. So it might sound a little funny, but it is what it is. All right, what is up everybody? Today we got the Soldano SLO 30, and as you guys might have seen in my short, I got this from my good old buddies at Music Go Around. Yay! Yeah, they've been really good about like bringing cool stuff in and making some trades. If certain things aren't moving, then I'm gonna go ahead and use it to, you know, put towards something bigger. Maybe some of you guys agree to the trades, some maybe not. But hey, I got an SLO 30 right now, and since I got this now. Since I got a SLO for the Synergy, I'm going to put this through the power amp of this, and we're going to just kind of see if they compare. Do we need to start with the clean? I guess so. If I'm going to do this, I better go all the way through it. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the clean. I'm going to put everything at noon. I kind of had that set up in that first clip the way I like it to sound for the crunch channel. Let's go ahead and put the preamp back over at noon too. And I'll leave the presence up at 3 and depth at 1 o'clock. Okay, so let's just see what this sounds like, right? Oh. Let's see how clean we can get it. So I'm gonna bring up the volume there. And I haven't explained that this is the Lee Malia signature model Explorer. This thing is absolutely awesome. I've used this in a couple of my videos. So I thought using a Soldano, this would probably be a good idea to use this guitar. So let's go ahead and do the push-pull on the knob here so we can go to single pickup. That sounds pretty good. Let's bring up the gain a little bit. It's probably going to be a lot louder. That with the single coil tap sounds pretty good. Back to humbucker mode. Okay, cool. Sounds like a clean. Really nothing super awesome about it. Let me go ahead and bring up the treble just to see. And this might not be the guitar for it. Let's try to get through that single pickup again. That's not bad sounding. But you're not getting the Soldano for the cleans now, are you? Let's go ahead and go to the crunch, okay? Let's go and bring it up to the crunch. By the way, I leave it on bright just because I like that clanginess. I think it's this signature sound for Soldanos to have that little bit of bite to it. Or at least that's what I pick up from these guys. So I'm just going to leave that on throughout the whole video. So here is the crunch channel. All right, I'm going to bring that down. This is in single coil mode. Let's go back into the humbucker. Man, that sounds awesome. There's just something about the crunch on the Soldanos. I can't explain it. Just cleanness about it. It sounds like you put new strings on every guitar that you play through it. It's very special, and I think this channel overall, just playing those like 80s riffs, man. Awesome. Let's go ahead and bring up the preamp here. Let's bring that up to about 3 o'clock. Ah, there it is. See, you hear that little bit of like clanginess to it. It's like it's I said this in my last video, but that really like Telecaster kind of sound to it. I think that's what Soldano is known for, is that just like bite at that top end. And it sounds great. That right there, when you do palm mute. Yeah. I wrote that riff just for this video. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up some bass. Bring back the middle just a tad. Yeah, that fills it out. Okay, I'm going to take the preamp and go all the way up. I think I was clipping there a little bit. Let me go ahead and turn down just a tad. You could just live on this channel, man. You really got to dig into it, but it's an amp that when you dig into it, you get rewards. You get that feeling, that top end, springy, clanging thing going on. It's awesome. Love it. All right, so now that we're here, let's go ahead and go over to the Synergy and see what that sounds like, okay? All I need to do is push this bypass button. We're already on the lower channel, which I believe both of these are the same on the channels. Correct me if I'm wrong, but let's okay, that sounds good too. Go back to the slow. This sounds wider, like it's just got a rounder tone. So let's go back to this, because I got the bass all the way up on here, and I just tweaked this to the way I liked it. It sounds pretty close. Let's go ahead and bring the mid just back a little bit. Slow. Just sounds bigger. This sounds a little sharper. Let's bring the treble back up, back down. Okay. That sounds close. This definitely still sounds bigger. With the bass all the way up on this, well, there it is. It's all the way up now. Alright, slow. Okay, Synergy. I'm impressed, man. They did really good with these Synergy modules. I did a Savage one and compared that one, and I think the lead channel was closer. The crunch channel was kind of there, but they do great for, you know, what, $400 or something if you want a Soldano. Personally, I think the crunch channel is the most important one on the Soldano. So that's the Synergy. This is slow. Synergy. Still sounds like it's a little bright. Okay, slow. You tell me, is it worth it that much more to pay for a slow rather than getting the module and then just being able to have modular pieces? I don't know. You know, I mean, yeah, this is just a little bit better. You have more range of tone with the Soldano, of course. I'm like pushing the bass on this all the way, and mind you, this is going through the effects loop, and so it's just hitting the power amp. So of course there's probably something different, right? That's what you're paying for. All right, so those sound good. So let's actually try to boost it on this channel. Boost is on. We're playing through the Soldano. Here's with the boost. That sounds really good. It retains a nice punchy low end. Let's go ahead and add a little more distortion to that. And let's see what that does. I bet somebody's going to give me crap for playing Slayer on the slow. Here's another one for you. There you go. All right, let's go over to the module and see what that sounds like. It's still on, so let's see what that sounds like now. Go back to the slow. This sounds like it has a little more mid, so we're going to push the mids a little bit here. Slow. Tell you what, I'm just going to hold out a chord and I'm going to go switch back and forth between them. Bring the treble down. Slow. That is so freaking close, man. It sounds so good through that, man. Maybe give it a little more treble. Maybe more mids. So now I'm on the slow. just sounds thicker. Let's go over to the Overdrive side and let's compare those, right? All right, let's go Overdrive over here. This is bypass. We're on the slow. And so we're going to go back to mids, or the middle here. All right, Overdrive should be loud enough. And I'm going to put that at noon. All right, so this is the Overdrive. Now, mind you, the Super Overdrive is off. Now, I definitely would want a little more treble or presence. Let's go ahead and do the presence later. Because right down here is where it all kind of happened. I still want a little more treble. Let's bring that up to 2 o'clock. There it is. Now this still sounds kind of crunchy, being at the noon spot. Let's go ahead and bring up some of the gain to 2 o'clock. That sounds pretty killer. It still sounds pretty crunchy, I have to say. Let's go ahead and bring it to 4 o'clock. Oh, there we go. It starts to get a little flubby, actually. I'm not going to mess with the bass. Let's bring the depth to 9 o'clock. It's almost like Mesa sounding. Okay, with that in mind, before I go into the Super Overdrive, I'm going to go to the lead channel, or the high gain on the second channel of this guy. So, let's go over to that. I got this up at 2 o'clock with the same settings EQ-wise as before with the Okay, even with the bass all the way up, this doesn't get as flubby as the Soldano. It's interesting. Probably give it a little more treble. Let's just compare it now. So now we're on the slow 30. Okay, obviously this has a lot more gain right now because I have it all the way at 4 o'clock to bring it back to the same spot as the module. Still sounds pretty like thick, flubby. Let's bring the bass back a little bit. Give it some more treble. Okay. The Synergy. This is clipping just a little bit, so I'm going to bring that down a tad. Slow. I think this is a product of that big round sound that the SLO 30 has. But still, that is super close, man. Let's go ahead and boost these guys and see what that sounds like. The boost is on. We are on. Okay, that helped that. So I'm gonna bring the bass back in to about 2. I'm gonna bring the depth to 3 o'clock. That is killer. Let's go to the module and see what that sounds like. That sounds killer too. It sounds more modern, to tell you the truth. Now, this one just has that the old school classic tube sound to it. I don't know if that was the intention. But as we noticed, this one didn't have that flubby low ends that I was hearing on the Soldano SLO 30. Maybe that's what's, you know, adding to this. It just sounds so awesome. Like, even through this module, like each note has just like so much dynamic character to it. I love it. And SLO 30. Ooh, man, that sounds much bigger. And the module one more time. You know, it's a kick-ass amp if you get lost in the riff. What do you think? D&D out.